Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the last best of 3 of our morning group. Starting to the top left, we have the Zerg player in this CVT match. We have Sirius for FXO. Here we have him.
Harry Potter character.
I mean, to the bottom left, let's be serious here for a second. This is for Slayers, the one and only MMA.
He's the only one.
Is he getting bigger?
He looks maybe a little bit young.
You're like, what? Wait a second.
Kind of zoomed in on his face a little bit there.
Okay, so apparently we just got the confirmation here that he is working on these days. It shows. Good on you, buddy. Nice.
Yeah. Gotta look good. Play StarCraft, look good. Be happy.
I was really surprised just a second ago. A half year ago, he was like really lean. Not in a bad way, but now this picture, of course, it also was a bit emphasized due to the fact that he just leaned forward into the camera, but I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, lean in a different way in this case.
Yeah, I guess.
He's gonna go for Command Center first.
Yeah, I think he's leaning towards a fast expansion.
It's a pretty fatty build, I would say. It's all about the money. Pretty big structure coming down here. Sirius as well will drop his hatchery, so
yeah, Sirius takes this definitely very, very serious.
He does. I did not expect that MMA would actually go for this type of fastest man build on this map. I thought he was going to be more aggressive, similar to an MMA fighter, where he would probably like 2-Rax proxy or something like that, or at least put on some pressure with Hellions.
Well, for now it looks more like the long game, and once more this is kind of the situation on a map like Entombed Valley where you want to put on aggression as a Terran player. You don't really want to face this late game composition of a Zerg, not only because of the composition itself, but how the map works if your opponent is using the excess minerals that he will end up having if it goes into a very long macro game. If he uses those to build just Spike Cross and Spore Cross at all his bases, it will be very, very hard to prevent the Zerg from getting a lot of bases here and being really persistent in the game. So even if you win a big fight, the Zerg can remax. Therefore, MMA will most likely decide to go for a bit more mid-game pressure.
Yeah, I think so. Also, on this map, it's very difficult to hold the board as a Terran when the Broodlords are out. If you don't control the map, then you've got that pit. I like to call the Pit of Broods. There's a south Pit of Broods and a north Pit of Broods, man. In this case, the south one is going to be the problem, where MMA is going to face Broodlords over there. He's going to have to bring his Vikings to make sure they're not clumped. We have seen players try to make Ultralists work on this map, but with all the different ways you can use Broodlords, even the bases in the middle of the map, you can hide over that location where the rocks aren't dead and poke at armies of Broodlords.
MMA has, just by the way, just looking at all his games that have been televised, a sick record against them. It's by far his best matchup, historically speaking. 72% win ratio with 110 games played. That is something to be proud of.
Yeah, that may go down if he doesn't prepare for this Roach attack that's coming out from Sirius.
Yeah, that was the first thing that went down here. Roach Warren for Sirius, and he has 24 Harvesters. There's not going to be some kind of Roach and baiting attack. No, he will go for a pure Roach attack. Didn't even get speed. Oh. Well, we won't see. We might see slow link follow up, but it's highly unlikely. Just going for roughly 9 Roaches.
Yeah.
Under pressure.
7 to 9, more likely 9. 7 to start here, and
out of lava now.
Yeah.
Let's wait for more.
Exactly. This type of attack is scary, but it's not to end the game, as you said. It's just to trade for Harvesters and get ahead, and it punishes someone who's really good.
The main question is going to be, when will MMA see it? He only has one bunker, a bunker that can easily be circumvented if you just walk up the ramp and bust your way through the supply depot. And wow, he's waiting, and he's gotten up to 11 Roaches already. And I think he's going up to even more now. He's going up to 12. There are only Hellions still. No Marauder. He has the tech left, but he's not building a Marauder. We've seen Terran players use 1 or 2 Marauders in the early game just to be on the safe side. Better safe than sorry. Get a Marauder out, then you can use it with the bunker that you have. But look at this Roach attack. This is really, really strong. 12 Roaches. This is a Roach force that can end the game.
They can. This is a serious Roach force. He needs to control it. really well. No pun intended on the Sirius there, but
No Marauder
the SCVs struggle to repair because there's not a lot of surface area.
Yeah, and the bunker is dead, and now the Roaches, they go to town, they take down Marines, they take down the Hellions. How much damage will Sirius do? This could actually end the game, and Sirius is following this up with a lot of economy. He's taking to lair while he's still putting on the pressure, and MMA is in trouble.
He's going to lose a lot of depots here. Losing the depot on the low ground, will lose 1 or 2 on the high ground. Probably both of these, because it's just not enough chance to hold here. He's got to lift his orbital. Gotta make sure he's not lose those roaches to use on the high ground, though.
If the depot dies, it would just be horrible, and yes, he's going to lose the depot. He just needs one good snipe on the depot, and it will go down. All those SCVs are dying as well. He's trying to block the way into his main base, but the SCV count, of course, is now being diminished. The supply depot has been repaired though, and this is really well done by MMA. On the other hand, he's down to 21 harvesters against 43, and this is kind of the bigger story. The supply depot, of course, was really important, but with the harvester count now being just half of what Sirius has on the map, this is awesome for the FXO player.
Now with Sirius, I think it's just going to turn on the roach production. He's got Burrow and the speed coming out for his roaches, getting another gas. I think he's actually just going to make roaches and then attack the second time and end the game.
There's no tanks. Yes, there might be a few Marauders with a good bunker and Marauder placement. He might be able to hold it. But Sirius just now with his tech, with the roach speed, he's in a great spot. He's even getting
insane economy and production. Burrow just finished, I believe.
Did he finish it? I thought he cancelled it. I thought it was only halfway done, but I might be wrong here.
You are right. He did not finish it. He's getting that speed. You know, Burrow is just not that useful in this situation. He doesn't really need it. He just wants to get as many roaches out as possible. He's making 6 more right now. The roach count is now up to 17, 18, going up to 21 in total. How can MMA hope to hold this without a ton of bunkers?
There's no siege tank, there's no Marauder. Without those units, you're helpless against roaches. Marines alone, especially without Stim, won't be able to hold this. And here we go, the Roaches are on the map at the same time. MMA is moving out. The Roaches have speed, they have been spotted.
Combat shield's not done yet.
Immediately a new Marauder has been started, but here come the Roaches. They say hello, knock knock, Preston's there.
7 more roaches, he is getting a third base. Supply block now on MMA. He doesn't have to try to force his way up here, but he could.
He will. He's gonna try it, I think.
He's gonna just sit for a little bit down here, wait for more roaches, and make sure that MMA can't mine. He has to make more depots, which he hasn't even started yet.
He could actually try to battle his way up. He would lose the roaches, but he's now he has the high ground vision with the Overlord. That's even better. I actually didn't see the Overlord.
Exactly. Now that's a tricky thing to do. Roaches on both sides now, but the army is very heavily upgraded. He's got Stim, Combat Shields, and +1, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. He's just got too much damage on those roaches. The Marines can stim all they want, but it's not going to be able to stim down this corner.
If the roaches die, MMA is not in the possession of the second base that is actually mining. He only has the command center, but he's not doing anything.
And he's not going to hold that.
He's not going to hold anyways, but the follow-up for Sirius is there. It's not like he's playing this as pure all-in. This was really well executed by Sirius. More pressure than usually in this matchup with this composition, and it pays off. But MMA has to GG here. He can't hold. It's too late already. He lost way too many harvesters. His forces are gone. There it is. GG. 12 harvesters to 40. And Sirius takes the first. Really good at attack.
Yeah, nice attack. Very heavy committal. Getting the drones afterwards only. Going up to all the way to 12 roaches with the first wave. Very, very aggressive. And MMA is going to have to play perhaps a little bit more cautiously in game number 2. He's find himself down a game.
Talking about cautious, this is what we mentioned. There are Terran players who will get one Marauder, just in case. Get the first Marauder. If you micro it well, you can do so much against roaches when such a roach attack actually hits. So this would have helped him a little bit, not necessarily enabled him to throw his opponent back. But then, on the other hand, Sirius played it different than most Zergs would play it. Most Zergs attack with 9 to 10 roaches, and they don't wait for the rest of them. So he waited for every single roach before he actually moved out.
That's, that's the way to do it. Make sure that your opponent doesn't know what's going on, so he can't prepare. Map number 2 is going to be Daybreak, so 2-player map, and rush distance pretty far. I think that we'll probably see a very different game this time. I don't think Sirius will put the pressure on quite like that 2 games in a row.
The game starts.